Okay, the next step is we want to graph this and assess our error. So I can highlight everything that I want to graph. So I'll scroll down here, and then I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go over here to my charts. I want a scatter graph, and that's what I pick. So I like to pull these up and put them at the top. There's different ways you can do it. One is just to drag it up. And so here's my video, or my track here. It looks pretty smooth. One thing I want to do right away is add my axes titles. So this was my time in seconds. Make sure you put units on there. And here again is going to be my position, or I'll just write position. Some of you might want to put S's, it's up to you. And we're in meters. And so always want to make sure the units we put on here and also match up with the units that I have in here. So, and these units too need to match up with what we have in Tracker. So since I'm doing 1 meter here, all my distances are in meters. I want to make sure that the X in meters here and the time in seconds, that lines up and we're not getting anything funny going on. Okay. The next step here is we want to assess our error. So basically we want to be able to say, how good are these data points? So when I go back to one of the spots in my video, and I can look at how good is that dot? How close is it really to the center of the wheel? So on mine, I can grab the scroll bar. It's kind of nice. And when I zoom on here, how close am I to the center? One way to assess that is to make a tape measure. So when we do this tape measure here, it brings this measuring tool up. Let's see if I can grab it. These pauses sometimes drive me crazy. So I want the tape. So, all right, so I can make it bigger. I can change the angle. And I can just move the whole thing. All right, so if I look at one of my earlier points here, bring this tape measure over with me, what I want to do is think about how good is my data point here. So when I go up to this tape measure, and we can see here that this is 1 centimeter, 0.10 meters would be 10 centimeters. So this is 11 centimeters, 12, 13, 14, 15 centimeters. If I zoom in a little bit more, it can change the size. You can also change the size here, 0.1 meters. And it readjusts this. You'll get used to using it. But what I really just want it for is when I look at this picture here, I want to be able to say, how close am I to the center? So when I got this set up here, it looks like my arrow here, my arrow pointer, is about 1/10 of a centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be, I'm sorry, here would be 0.2 centimeters. So am I within 0.2 centimeters of the center of this when I look at it here? Again, my arrow is about 0.2 in this example. And so is it my dot within 0.2 of the center? And I feel pretty good about that. 0.2 seems pretty good. But as we go on down the frame, the video gets blurry. And as the video gets blurry, it gets harder to say exactly where that center of the wheel is. So once again, I can move my tape measure. I can zoom in, and I'll look here. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again here, that's about 0.2. And now it's a little bit harder to say, but still pretty good. And then I'll just jump out here towards the end of the video. I'll bring my meter stick with me. And now when I look at this video here, how good can I say it is? So once again here, this is about 0.2 if I fit it between those crosshatches. And now it seems like maybe there's a little bit more going on with blurriness, maybe 0.03. One good thing to do when you're doing this is you can take pictures of this as you go to kind of explain in your lab how you assessed your error. So to do that, to take snapshots on a Mac or on a PC, it's Shift, the window key, and S. And when I do that here, I get the snipping tool. So I can take a picture of this and save it for later and put that into my lab. So when I do that here, I'm going to click on it, and then the snip and sketch menu comes up, and then I'll just save this. There's a little save button at the top or bottom, and I can give it a name, error 1. And then I can save that and put that into a document later. So once you get those different errors and you assess it, you can put it into your video here. So I was at 0.02 centimeters, or 0.2 centimeters, which is 0.002 meters. And my value was about that all the way down until at some point, I said, maybe it's 0.03. And you're just kind of adjusting this. If you have a more blurred video, your error might be bigger than this. But just to kind of give it a rough shot for me, this is kind of where I felt it was by looking at those different screens with the rulers.